The bulk of the flour that we eat comes from the world market. Ukraine is one of the biggest producers of wheat in the world. So is Russia. Two of them fighting now, and the killing fields are in fact the wheat fields in Ukraine. It is now March. Spring planting is supposed to begin next month. Even the wheat that is available now in Ukraine, you can't ship it out because it can't get out through the ports in Odessa. Odessa is a battlefield right now. That is affecting the market. And if we manage to get that wheat into the market, thank God, but who is going to plant in the battlefield now? And that means if you don't plant in Ukraine now, next year, that production of wheat from Ukraine wouldn't be available. And we're going to have to buy that wheat out there, paying the new price, because there's shortage or unavailability, the price is going to go up. We have to buy it out there, we bring it into Trinidad and Tobago, mill it into flour, and then of course, we can't expect to pay the same price we are paying when those increased costs. And I haven't added to the cost, the transportation, the energy cost, because everybody everywhere in the world who is providing us with anything that we import, they use energy to do it. Whether it's a part, a place to go, an airline ticket. So as long as the energy price is going up, the things that we are going to be buying are going to be influenced by those higher prices. And we are a country that imports a lot into our economy. So you watch the war on television, it's coming straight into our pockets, into our homes, and it's turmoil in the world. And nobody's insulated from it, nobody. So we have to make some decisions as to how, right, we are going to respond to it as we go along. We are further away from the death penalty now than we were. Because, let me put it in simple language, it is not a matter for the government. The government has done what the government can do. Our highest court of appeal in Trinidad and Tobago is the Privy Council in England. These English people do not support the existence of the death penalty. And therefore, when the appeal is made to them, as it is done automatically by every person who is convicted of the most heinous crime or whatever, when it goes to our highest court, all it does is cost us millions of dollars, and the Privy Council puts obstacles in our way. The delivery of justice in Trinidad and Tobago is unacceptably slow. I have been Prime Minister of this country for 7 years, and I have given the judiciary priority. Hundreds of millions of dollars in resources. But what the government also did is that the space that the parliament was occupying down on the waterfront, we have made that entire space available to the judiciary to have 75 additional courts. We've increased the number of masters, we've increased the number of judges, we've removed from the judicial system 100 and something thousand motor car cases. And I could tell you, as a citizen, I have not seen any acceleration in the delivery of justice in this country. The cabinet has done everything that we could have done to facilitate it. So there must be something somewhere else. There's something else in the mortar than the pestle. And this delay in justice in Trinidad and Tobago is hurting us in more ways than one, and we have to find a way. We have to find a way to remove that from the system. It's not fair to the persons in Romania to be lying down there for how many years waiting for a day in court. I expect to be criticized for making these comments. I'm simply addressing the state of affairs in Trinidad and Tobago. And there's no sacred cow in this country. The same way others in a separation of powers could criticize the government, I am taking issue with this situation where the government has done everything that we think we could have done in the resources available to us. And as a citizen, I'm simply saying, I am not seeing the benefits of what we have been investing in this system. The issue about WASA is not simply an issue about staff levels. WASA is going to be an employer of people. WASA will have to employ large numbers of people. But it will do so in an efficient way, and we are focusing on both maintaining the staff levels. Some of them are specialist people who you would need, and some of the people who are there doing A now are required to do B and C, and all of those things have to be taken into account. But if you have to ensure that you only use up the resources that you are required to use up, then there are going to be some improvements, there are going to be some consequences, there are going to be some changes. The one thing that we cannot do is to say, leave it so. Because every year the government has to find an additional $2 billion to put into WASA, the very said WASA that is, as described by the minister, who can't give people water.